We are back with another Ottawa Senators franchise rebuild episode, and coming off one of our best years in the regular season where we put up 50 plus wins. We enter the playoffs against the Boston Bruins, who are much worse than us on paper, at least I think, and we fall 4-2 in the first round. I mean, I was expecting this to be our run. This was our last year before we had to make some big changes to the roster. We are running into some salary cap hell. Just a quick reminder, I mean, we got to check out those contracts. It's not looking good. We got to sign Phil Pitt. That's the big one this offseason. Doesn't want an extension. Wants $9 million for the next 5 years. It's gonna be a tough one. I think it's better to sign him to a 2-year deal, save about $1 million. We also have to sign Hindi, who we have no choice but to re-sign since our defensive core is not the strongest. Shane Pinto wants a contract extension, but he wants around $4 million a year. It's just, we can't make that deal for Shane Pinto either. So this episode, there's gonna be a little bit of a roster shakeup. I think we have to keep the team under the salary cap here. Ferland's definitely safe, even though he's $14 million for the next 4 or 5 years. Montgomery, $12.2 million. Langenbrunner, another one of those guys, $12 million, a lot of money. Tim Stutzle, I mean, I'd like to keep him, but he is getting paid a lot of money. But he's been very productive for us this whole series. So if there's one guy that you got to give the benefit of the doubt, he's been here since the beginning, it's got to be Timmy Stu. Who else do we got here? Brent Clark, another monster contract. If we can move away from that, that might be ideal too. His simulation numbers last year were absolutely unreal. But before that, I mean, he's good. You can't say no to Brent Clark. Very efficient. How did he play in the playoffs for us? 6 points. Yeah, he was one of our only players actually going. Brady tkachuk, this is where it gets interesting. He's $8 million for the next 2 years. If we're going to sign Phil Pitt, we have to say goodbye to Brady tkachuk. I don't want to. I like Brady tkachuk, but it might just have to happen. Malkin's also on a huge deal. Tarasov's he's on an okay deal. Wesley Garvin, I believe. Yep, Wesley Garvin. Xavier Bouglet, Ridley Gregg. We might have to restructure a couple of contracts here, see if we can fit it in, because we also need to sign our Tendy, who was absolutely horrendous. If anything, I'm going to restrict Bluin as a free agent. That's definitely an issue we made last year, but there is a lot of work that needs to be done with this Ottawa Senators team. Let's simulate to the playoffs here. I mean, I don't know how we do this. Actually, I want to see if our other team... Yeah, so we got the Binghamton Senators. Are they still called Binghamton? Belleville Senators now. We're 8-2 down here. So let's follow along 1-1 tied in this series against the Hershey Bears, the Washington Capitals farm team. Down 3-1 here. And as soon as we start watching, they start losing. Let's do a slow sim. Let's do a quick slow sim. Goals, I mean, we 2-0 after the first. 5-0. 7-4. I mean, we almost lost that lead. That's incredible. We do win that, bring it to a game numero 6. I mean, can we come back against the Hershey Bears? The rain sweep the Wild, and we do fall. So no trophy in the AHL for us this year, but Shishkinov had a great year, 17 points. We should check out, yeah, we don't check out the AHL teams. Shishkinov, wow. Okay. Low top 6, Shishkinov, I mean, might be something. He's a little bit older though. 99 points last year, 88 points. Definitely a good point guy. Who else do we have in the system? Aiden Holden. This guy on a low elite. Some of these guys, I mean, they got good potential, but it's kind of like they missed their boat. Set Zinger is that defenseman? Yeah, as a defenseman, pretty efficient. Dale Zanetti, top 6. So it's one of those guys who can actually crack the roster soon. 83 penalty minutes is a goon. Jesse Rao. Interesting. But let's get to the draft here. See who wins the Stanley Cup. Advance, simulate to the draft. Let's go back to the NHL roster. But we got some decisions to make. The Winnipeg Jets and the Hershey Bears. are the Stanley Cup champions and Calder Cup champions. Let's take a look at the awards real quick before we get to the draft here. And then let's go to where is it? Here? Stanley Cup champions? Yes. Awards. So Stanley Cup, the Winnipeg Jets. President's Trophy goes to the Edmonton Oilers. So it looks like Winnipeg versus the Boston Bruins actually made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Makes me feel a little bit better, but they should not have beat us. McDavid, Matthews, Heiskanen, Aho, Habashid, Ehlers, Odenberg, Vasilevsky, Urquiz, Subban, Lundell, Austin Matthews, and then Downey. So no hardware for us this year. Langenbrenner can't repeat as the Rocket Richard winner. Let's get to the draft here. Let's see the order. So Minnesota jumps from 7-1, Buffalo 8-2, Washington 1-3, but they got some good prospects in the system on the Hershey Bears, it looks like. And we're going to get into this draft class. Let's check the retired players first. Who's calling it quits? Blake Wheeler. He actually retires on the Hershey Bears. No wonder why they're winning. They got a 43-year-old Blake Wheeler just lighting it up. Let's go to playoff stats. Actually, he wasn't on Hershey. It appears he was on the Washington Capitals. So maybe he was on Hershey, but it says the Hershey logo on the top left. Taylor Hall's done. Sean Couturier, Evander Kane. Oh, God, Evander Kane. Raquel Morgan Riley. Goalies wise, any big goalies retire. Peter Mrazek calls it quits. Jordan Binnington, who ends his career on the Edmonton Oilers. And now, this is where we got to make some moves. The NHL Entry Draft. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't want to give up Brady Tkachuk, but I'll see you guys in the entry draft. I'll let you know what we end up doing. All right, I'm going to try swinging a huge deal for this first overall pick. We got 40 seconds to make this deal done. Brady Tkachuk, Shane Pinto, a first and 2 seconds for some cap, and then their first round pick. Will they accept? And they do. So we now have the first overall pick. I just figured we can get a good player. He's going to be super low overall. We gave them some good pieces. They won the draft lottery, so it's not like they're bad. So they are looking for some players to add to that team. But I'm going to replace Brady Tkachuk with Torsten Gortz, and I think he's going to be a beast. And he is a left-wing sniper, medium elite. I do like that. Let's see who else we missed out on. A defensive defenseman would have been nice. It looks like we probably got the best player available, which I do like to see, but our next pick's not all the way till the 3rd round. Let's make that pick now. We got Daniel Fucale, C-, A+ there, another A+. I do think a defenseman would be a good move at this position. Can I find a good defenseman? You know, per Enroth, I think a better decision would be Jesper or Johansson. Let's go Jesper Johansson. How is he? Top 6 offensive defenseman. Not very good if you ask me. Is there any potential gems here? Can we get a gem, please? It looks like no gems. Any potential guys that we can try to snatch up here? Nothing. Our scout did not do a good job this year. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Our scout was essentially useless. It's all about we can get Enroth still. I don't know if I want to take a chance on Enroth. Let's look for someone who just scores a lot of goals, a lot of points. Not seeing anything here. C-, Guy Bouchard. 2, a goalie. We have some pretty good goalies, so I don't. This guy, you know what? We're going goalie. Fringe starter. I thought he was gonna be really good, if I'm being honest. That was definitely a miss of a pick. But there's not too much here, so let's find trades and try getting rid of these last couple picks we have. Did I see Phil Pitt has grown to a franchise potential? Oh my God, he's gonna want so much money. Phil Pitt is now a franchise potential. That's insane. All right. Let's see. Can we get a 4th? What can we get for a 4th? Let's try adding like a package here. So 4th and 2 5ths. Nothing. Okay. What about 4th and a 5th? for a third next year. I do like that. A third next year. Let's do a third next year. Boom. Trade accepted. Can we get rid of this 5th now? Wow. The contract for Phil Pitt is going to be insane. I don't even want to look at it. It's going to make me throw up. All right. A 5th. What if I package a 5th and a 6th? Can I get something a little bit better here? There we go. A 4th next year. 4th at Dundas. I think I'll take a 4th. Let's just do this 4th here. Just kind of want to get rid of these picks. I don't really see value in them. The draft our team did a really bad job at scouting. They want to give us our 6th back this year. 7th, a 6th next year. 6th next year. Come on, give me something nice. Give me something nice. I don't want any picks this year. Don't want any picks this year. So it looks like Montreal, you are the lucky winner. I just don't want to draft. So enjoy these 2 picks so I can move up next year. And that's going to do it for, that's going to be it. Actually, let's see who Edmonton drafts with this pick. I mean, not bad. A medium top 9 in the 4th round. I mean, not bad. But we made a huge trade, and Phil Pitt is now a franchise potential player. This is where it's going to get a little bit crazy. Right here is where it's going to get crazy. How much cap space do we got? So we got $13 million. And Phil Pitt wants a contract. Okay, Phil. Honestly, not that bad of a contract. Not that bad of a contract for Phil Pitt. Can I get you at like... Give me a deal, Phil. Phil, give me a deal. I need to save a little bit of money. I'm only worried about signing him. And he signed. Phil Pitt is back. So we got $5 million to work with now. I mean, not a lot of money if I'm being honest. The good thing is Brent Clark's contract is up next year, so I'm hoping we can get him a little bit cheaper. But who do we have to sign? Don't need. None of these guys. Whitney Gortz, definitely going to be bringing Gortz onto the squad as a 2-way player. Top 9, I don't mind bringing him. Two-way deals are okay. Another 2-way deal, I don't mind making that move. McLeod, these are the 2 guys I traded for. I'm not bringing them back. Actually, what does Ryan McLeod want? Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Sorry, McLeod. Holden, let me look at Holden here. It's not a terrible deal. It's just I have no money, so I just need to save that money. None of these guys I want to bring back. They all suck. Klein, who's this Klein guy? He's grown. 23, Joey Klein or Matt Hindi. Oh, man. Okay, how much does Joey Klein want? Okay, Joey Klein wants a good deal. Okay, I can only offer him 2 years, so anything more I will. So that's Joey Klein. Hindi, I cannot afford Hindi. I'm going to go with Klein, and I'm going to put Hindi as a restricted free agent. So Klein, I can obviously get him a little bit cheaper, I think. So if I can get him at that, restrict him. Okay, so now we got some big moves coming up here. These are some big moves. This guy, if he wants a 2-way, he's on the team. I'm going to restrict him as well. Qualify RFA. Shore wants a 1-way. Can't do it. Sorry, Shore. Who else we got here? A 1-way for Setzinger. Setzinger was pretty good. I'll qualify him. Rowe. What does Rowe want? 1-way. I can't make these 1-way deals. I can't afford it. Let's simulate a day here. Trent Whitney is on the squad. Gortz is on the squad. Joey says no. So I think we want to lock up Joey Klein. Joey Klein's definitely our bottom 6 defenseman. Wait, 81. Oh yeah, okay. That was correct. It was easy. Okay, so Klein is back. All right, now goaltenders. We have $5 million still. Blew it. We got $5 million. You don't want to accept that though. And for 8 years, you want $16 million. He's dropped to an 85 now. Fedorik's right there. Qualify. I mean, I can't hold on to him. Our backup, we might need to look for a backup. Even Rome. Rome could be an okay backup, but we need to build that prospect pool a little bit here. All right. All skaters. Is there anyone I'm missing before I simulate? There was a big moves, I know. But honestly, I'm really happy with that Phil Pitt deal. It's not outrageous. The Langenbrunner, he's grown to a high elite. So our players are growing here. I mean, 2 franchises now, a high elite for Langenbrunner. Montgomery is good. Timmy Stu, I mean, he's getting paid a lot. Timmy Stu's getting paid a lot. I wish I can restructure the deal. That should be a thing. In the next NHL, you should be able to restructure deals. How cool would that be? Brent Clark, hopefully cheaper next year. Phil Pitt, Huxley, Malkin. Malkin's still kind of expensive, if I'm being honest. Tarasov. Anyone I'm missing here? Is there anyone I am missing? So I restricted those guys. Probably won't be able to bring them back, but I'll be okay. Holden, I would like to bring back, I think. I got 5 mil, so how's Holden? Defensively, not very great. He's undrafted. Undrafted low elite. Okay. So puck skills are pretty good. Senses are alright. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. Shooting's alright. He's just kind of an alright player. Maybe he would be a good replacement for Shane Pinto, who I just moved. The contract's a little bit steep. Let's give him a 1-year deal. I'm comfortable with a one-way deal. 1.25 mil. Simulate. Will he accept that? Reject. He wants to test a free agent. You know what? If he doesn't accept what he's asking for, then I'm okay with it. But free agency time. We got 5 mil. Is it free agent? Yeah, it's free agency time. We got 5 mil. We got a couple of guys that, you know, will need to be signed, but we just can't afford it. I'm wondering, $17 million for this guy. Karolotti. Oh my god. That's insane. Holy. Let's sort this by the overall. Johnny Hockey's here. $17 million. Par Olin. I believe he was on the Boston Bruins, was he not? Yep. Scumbag took us out of the playoffs. Where is... Just kind of looking at the contracts here. $5 million for Hoglander doesn't seem disgustingly bad. Sean Monahan. $5 million for Kopp. Nuge still in the league. 25-year-old. C-Mac, he's probably a restricted free agent. Yeah. There is a lot of good players in here. But let's go to unrestricted free agents. First of all, sort this. I don't really have any money to play around with here, so I'm just going to kind of sort by potential. Holden. Maybe you want to come back now, Holden. He actually wants a little bit less for 1 year. I'll offer him a 1-year deal. Maybe I can get a deal. Don't need. A defensive defenseman. So this might be a good replacement for... I like that. I do like this. Top 4. Wow. I do not like that, though. Yeah, no, I can't make that deal. I cannot make that deal. That is a lot of money for him. Dempster. Anyone else here stand out? Shannon. Shannon could be alright, but 74 overall. Minton. Jacobs. Any other top 6 guys that look interesting here? 79 overall isn't terrible if he can grow a little bit. 25 years old, though. This is a tough one. There's Gibbons. 76. Just kind of go through this quickly, looking at overalls on the right side. Not seeing anything that pops up. We got some 80s here. 81. This might be a good replacement. Josh Williams. I think he was on our team for a little bit. He might be a good replacement for Shane Pinto. Cole Lind wants a lot of money, though. I just like that Josh Williams is 0.825 or 0.825, 2-way forward. I mean, he doesn't want any money, so that's ideal. Sign him. That's the type of contract I would sign any day. But I think we got to look at goaltenders. This definitely... What? Who's this guy? Yeah, I want this guy. This guy can be our backup. You're telling me for 3 years? Do I want to pay him 2 mil though? Like, I can for sure get him for this price. For 2 years, he wants 800K. I'll offer him a little bit more, no problem. Hopefully he can sign with us. High starter, it's a big deal. A medium starter. We do need a backup goalie in the minors. I mean, we're getting lucky here. We're getting lucky. Again, this guy. Look at that. 7 years, and that's as much as he wants? No problem. I'll offer you that deal. Check. Bluin might be the... Where's Bluin? Oh, I'm on unrestricted free agents. I was very confused for a second. There's Bluin, 85. He's not even the best goalie available. There's some good goalies all wanting a little bit of a contract here. But those are the moves I'm going to try making. Let's sim to the next season. Will anything... Oh, so we could trade Bluin. I didn't think about that. I did not think about trading Bluin. Do you think we can get a first round pick for trading Bluin? I'm going to take a look and I'll be back in a second. Bluin has absolutely no trade value, so it's not even worth trying to look for a trade for him. But good news, I did get Laxo as a backup goalie, so we can ride him out. We got 3 medium elites. The trade potential sucks for all of them. But I'm happy with those pickups here. And did we get anyone else? There's Gortz. Where is Klein? So we got Joey Klein. And then anyone else here? I don't think we got anything else, but I'm going to assimilate to the next year and we'll check out how the team looks. New year is here. The new rosters are set. And we got Phil Pitt playing the first line now as he is a medium franchise potential. You got to play him. 21 years old. I mean, franchise potential. He's on that first line now. He's going to be playing with Stefan Ferlin and the new high elite Damon Langenbrunner. I'm really hoping that first line can light it up. The second line, we got Timmy Stu, Angelo Langdon, and then Torsten Gortz. Kind of giving Gortz a chance there. I can move Huxley up or Buglet or Tarasov, who's grown nicely to an 84. But I'm going to keep Goots on that line so he can get, or Gortz on that line so he can get some goals. Really playing the young guys here with the veteran Timmy Stu. Third line, we got Timothy Tarasov, Bob Huxley, and Xavier Buglet. All +5s on those top 9. And the bottom line, we roll 3 lines anyway, so don't think it makes that big of a deal. But we got Josh Williams, Bruce, and Aiden Holden. Defensively, we're rocking with Santala and Montgomery, Malkin, and Brent Clark. And then Klein and Wesley Garvin. I'm kind of hoping if I put Brent Clark here, so overall goes down to like an 89.90. His contract is a little bit cheaper, so we can afford him. And then in the cage, we got Marco Laxo and then Demetrius Fedoric. So, I mean, a pretty good 1-2 punch still. The team, I mean, we're still listed as buyers. We still look absolutely incredible. We got a lot of good growth this offseason, so very much looking forward to this year. I think it's another year where we can be one of the best teams in the NHL, if not the best team in the NHL. But let's go and slow simulate that first game as per usual. Let's see what we can do here. And it's against the Boston Bruins. A little bit of a redemption game, or is this going to be the exact same outcome as last year? We got a couple new players on the team, but I mean, this is still a great team. First period, we don't have Boston's number. It's all it is. We just don't have Boston's number. Second period, Tim Stutzle scores, but we're down 3-1 in the third period, and the same issues come. I mean, penalties and penalties, but we get one from Langenbrunner on the power play to make it a 3-2 game. 10 minutes left in the game. A power play is our chance. We're unable to capitalize on the power play. 4 minutes. Are we going to start off the year 0-1? And it looks like we will, as we fall 3-2 to the Boston Bruins. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. The team's looking sick. I'm expecting a big year. I'll catch you guys in episode number 23, I believe. From me and Coach Young Ho Koo. My new co-coach. We had to fire Julio after the bad years. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.